Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Jewelry is everlasting. Each piece passes from generation to generation, gathering stories as it goes. Some have been waiting centuries for the right hands to hold them again. February 21st and 22nd, step into history at Rasmussen Diamonds in Racine. Explore an extraordinary collection of estate jewelry from the 1700s all the way to the 1960s. Each piece with a past, a mystery, a story waiting to be rediscovered. Don't miss out. The pieces at this rare two-day event are all one of a kind, and once they're gone, they're gone. Rasmussen Diamonds in Racine.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Several locations, several choices. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
10 o'clock, we have 8 degrees. Look for some high clouds today. Filtered sunshine. A few flurries later on. High today 15. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Connie Weber. As the Wisconsin Joint Finance Committee combs through Governor Tony Evers' new state budget proposal, the finished product will look much different than the proposal unveiled last night.
Assembly Speaker Robin Voss confirmed as much during Republicans' official response to the governor's budget address.
Most of the stuff that's in the budget, the 20% spending increase, all of those things, dead on arrival.
Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu adds much of Governor Evers' proposed $2 billion in tax cuts are, quote, gimmicky.
Frankly, his speech was devoid of a lot of specifics of what he actually wants to do.
Once lawmakers pass a plan, Governor Evers can use partial vetoes to remove specific appropriations, but cannot add new proposals to the budget bill. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Decision: Wisconsin voters statewide narrowed the race for state superintendent of public instruction down to 2 candidates Tuesday, with incumbent Dr. Jill Underley set to face education consultant Brittany Kinzer in April. In Milwaukee's 3rd aldermanic districts, 8 candidates were whittled down to 2, Alex Brower and Daniel Bauman gathering around 50% of the vote, rather 56% of the vote, and one school referendum fails, according to unofficial results in the Kenosha Unified School District, while another passes unofficially in the Waterford Union District. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky punching back against comments by President Trump, claiming Ukraine started the war with Russia and that he's unpopular among Ukrainians. ABC's Patrick Revelle reports from Kyiv.
President Trump seeming to attack the legitimacy of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, saying that he only has 4% approval rating. Now, in reality, most respected polls in this country show that he has more like 50% approval. The most recent poll showed that he had 57% approval.
Zelensky says Trump's living in a Russian-made disinformation space. In Los Angeles, police investigating a break-in at the home of Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban on Valentine's Day. No arrests in that case. Meanwhile, federal prosecutors in Tampa have charged 7 people in connection with break-ins at pro athletes' homes, including the Milwaukee Bucks' Bobby Portis. ABC's Janae Norman has that story.
According to the complaint, the burglars had a clear and consistent MO, identifying a target based on publicly available schedules showing where the athletes would be, entering homes either through broken windows or by using a crowbar to pry open a sliding door, and once inside, helping themselves to high-value items like watches, jewelry, and designer goods.
The NFL's Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce's homes had also been burglarized. Man responsible for killing multiple people in the 2021 Waukesha Christmas Parade may be representing himself again in court. Attorney Julius Kim tells WTMJ Darrell Brooks representing himself in an appeal of his 2022 conviction would be a legal mistake.
A person representing themselves pro se during the appellate process can drag things out just because of lack of knowledge on how to do things properly.
Brooks has requested his attorney, Michael Covey, to withdraw from the case. About 40% of the people who get out of prison and return to Milwaukee County are at risk of becoming homeless. A local nonprofit just took a big step to change that.
For the first time in its 45-year history, Project Return will directly provide housing for men leaving incarceration. Housing Director Sarah Williams.
If your basic needs aren't met, if you don't have a roof over your head, if you're not warm, if you're not fed, how are you going to get ahead in the world?
The nonprofit now manages 12 apartments near 10th and State in downtown Milwaukee. The first men move in next month. Development coordinator Adam Rogan says they're expected to stay about 6 months.
The needs are not just put someone in a house and everything's fixed. A lot of times there's a lot of contributing factors in there.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow is down 185 points. NASDAQ down 43. S&P 500 is off 7. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time 10:04.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
Well, all right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant at home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. Bucks return to action tomorrow night against the Clippers from Fiserv. Wisconsin basketball crushed Illinois 95-74 from Kohl Center. 11th-ranked Badgers host Oregon Saturday morning. Badgers Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more. Number 15 Marquette blew out Seton Hall 80-56. Golden Eagles visit Villanova Friday night. Milwaukee also in action Friday night at Youngstown State. And spring training in full swing. Brewers had their full roster report to camp in Arizona yesterday. First game takes place Saturday afternoon against the Reds. Joe Buck makes his return to the MLB broadcast booth opening day when the Brewers visit the Yankees. Take a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Broken down vehicle. It's going to be off right. I-43 north at the ramp from Howard Avenue. No other major problems on the freeway system this hour. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. High clouds today. It'll be cold with a few flurries later on today and into the overnight hours. High today 15, overnight lows 6, lakeside 0 inland. Partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 24. Sunny on Friday, high up to 27. Saturday and Sunday we've got partly cloudy skies. Saturday's high 29, Sunday up to 37. Madison right now at 5, Green Bay at 6, and Milwaukee 8 degrees. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 10:08.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Hope your day is off and running well. A little crisp out there, but a little sunshine peeking through, too. I like to see it. Happy Wednesday. So the Milwaukee Auto Show opens this weekend. on Saturday and runs, or should I say drives, through March 2nd at the newly remodeled and expanded Baird Center right here in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. The auto industry, like many, is experiencing massive transformation, right? It's driven by technology, changing consumer preferences, price pressure, tariffs, a lot of moving pieces in the auto world right now. And, from a car standpoint, obviously we're not just talking about metal boxes on four wheels anymore, right? These are computers on wheels, and the latest and greatest are coming to town. There's always a charitable component, too, to the Greater Milwaukee Auto Show. Community and commerce, that's what we highlight on the show. So for the auto show, we're going to highlight that today, too. Jim Token is the president of the Automobile Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. Adam. Jim will join us in studio. Laura Felix is the executive director of St. Francis Children's Center. She's going to talk about how their organization is the new charity partner for the Friday night MKE Auto Show Gala, where the money raised from that event will go, what their organization's all about, and the important work that they do each and every day. We're going to drive into the details with Jim and Laura a bit later in the show. But first, as we do each and every morning, we're going to go 2 Up.
Now it's time for the 2 Up on the Upswing.
So you got to wonder how this is going to affect the housing market. This is from Bloomberg, an exclusive on Bloomberg.com yesterday. They reported that the Trump administration is planning to lay off at least 40% of the workers at the federal agency that provides mortgage insurance on loans for people who otherwise wouldn't qualify for one. And this was according to two sources familiar with the agency's plans at Bloomberg.com. Federal officials are preparing to cut employees at the Federal Housing Administration, the office that provides certain homeowners with a secure loan if they can't afford that down payment or have below average credit scores or have other challenges in their financial life. So the FHA is the largest mortgage insurer in the world and has insured more than 40 million homes since 1934. This was according to the agency's website. The insurance, it's a key resource, right? Especially for first-time home buyers, for lower-income Americans, and it can help protect lenders as well. So you got to wonder what the impact on home buying and kind of the broader economy could be here. The FHA in the past has opened up credit to buyers who normally haven't been able to enter the first-time home buying market. Something to keep an eye on for sure. Second up, and truly fitting for today's show, you gotta wonder, have we hit peak truck? I get this daily email called Charter. I had some interesting stats yesterday from U.S. Auto Market Report that was out last week. They wondered if America has reached peak truck with its economic evidence mounting that consumer preferences are changing. At the core, of course, is cost. Survey in the report found that the number of people who believe that their next vehicle will be a truck or an SUV has fallen by 3% compared to this time last year. Consumer preferences are moving away from trucks and SUVs towards the more affordable sedans, driven by concerns, of course, over affordability. The average price of a new truck right now is hovering at over $60,000. And I think Jim Token's going to give us some good insight on this because as Jim and I were talking before the show, some of those new prices are approaching $80,000. And this is compared to an average of about $39,000 for cars. So I don't know. Do you get that bang for your truck buck, or is it just time to go to the used car market? We're going to talk cars, dealerships, and more with Jim Token when we come back. This is The Upswing, and you are listening to WTMJ.
Wisconsin winters are unpredictable.
This is history. Never had a tornado touchdown in February.
We keep you updated on blizzards.
Winter storm warning has been issued for all of southeast Wisconsin, and it's going to get really, really dicey.
Blackouts.
Tens of thousands of customers across southeast Wisconsin are without power this morning.
Icy roads.
Very, very slick conditions pretty much everywhere.
And more. with WTMJ Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and at WTMJ.com.
If you're living with joint pain in your shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, and you have Medicare or Medicaid insurance, coming to Rejuvenex to solve your pain problems is something you should strongly consider. First off, because our FDA-approved pain treatments have been shown in many cases to be highly effective at reducing inflammation and substantially alleviating pain. Secondly, Medicare and Medicaid cover Rejuvenex treatments, so your cost could be nothing, or next to nothing at all. Chronic pain will only worsen with age. This leads to a far more compromised lifestyle, depression, and soon they start talking surgery. And then what? You have to get in front of arthritis and chronic pain, because the sooner you do, by letting us begin to calm those pain points, the better. I'm Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, and we can alleviate your pain so you can rejuvenate your life. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Tell us a little bit about Innovative Signs.
We're located out in Waukesha. Where we are really focused mostly is manufacturing outdoor electrical signs.
You came to Horicon Bank. How do you think other local businesses can benefit?
When I call, Michelle picks up the phone, and when I email, she responds in a timely manner. A few years ago, I talked to my accountant about shopping around looking for a different bank just to get some alternatives, and he said, absolutely not. You're not going to like working for a big bank. They have a lot more regulations. So that's how we got involved with Cornerstone Bank. When Horicon purchased Cornerstone, we came along for the ride, and it's been great.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Jim Token is the president of the Automobile Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. Adam, A-D-A-M-M, as we all know it. Jim, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to spend a little bit of it with us here in the studio.
Glad to do so.
So I want to talk Tesla kind of right off the bat. Tesla wants to open and operate dealerships in the state of Wisconsin. The company has been seeking state authorization to establish and manage up to 4 dealerships in the state. Is there a creative solution here on the Tesla and the state side to enable them to sell directly to Wisconsinites?
If you look at Wisconsin state law, the answer is no. Most states, including Wisconsin, prohibit automobile manufacturers to sell direct if they sell via franchises.
And what's the history of that?
Well, the history is that the theory is that there would be an undue advantage if it's a factory-owned retail outlet in terms of, let's say, there's a scarcity of cars. There's certain models that are more popular than the other. They're going to feed their own franchise, and it's not a franchise, their own direct outlet, more so than franchisees.
Okay.
And that's been the law in Wisconsin and in most states around the country. In Wisconsin, there's one exception to that. And the one exception is that if you would not have any buyers for a franchise because it would be virtually impossible to make a profit. Then there would be an exception. That really wouldn't hold true in Wisconsin and many states because of the success of Tesla. I can't think of a single new car dealer in the state of Wisconsin, unless it was in a very small community, that would say no if they could have a Tesla franchise. And what's happened around the country, many states, because of pressure, they made exceptions to Tesla. And the exceptions were just what they're proposing to the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
2 dealerships, 4 dealerships, 5 dealerships. And then in some states, it's progressively grown, where they said 2 and then they ended up getting 3 or 4 or 5.
And the thinking is there just wouldn't be enough business if I was just selling Fords directly to consumers. Correct?
And if that would then prohibit them to do, in essence, be able to sell cars, then they would allow, under Wisconsin law, for Tesla to have franchises.
So how do you
and this has been going on for years now.
Yeah.
This isn't anything new.
But if people are able to just buy direct through another state and have it shipped here, you think it will work itself through the courts and we'll figure out a way to
Ultimately,
make everyone happy?
That's within the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But I guess the question is, and those that buy Teslas and reside in Wisconsin, they do go to other states. But the problem is then it's difficult to get service often. And you would, to get warranty service, for sure, you'd have to go to a different state to get it done.
Okay. All right. And that's...
Or Tesla actually, depending on what kind of work it is, literally would come with, we'll call a mobile type of repair facility and do things that aren't that difficult to remedy.
We're talking with Jim Tolkien, president of ADAM, the Automobile Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. So to that point, Jim, I mean, what's the future of the dealership model then for the next 5 or 6 years? Obviously, a lot of new makes and models, some price pressures, tariffs, a lot of concerns from European car makers. I want to talk about that when we come back. But where does the dealership model truly evolve?
Well, I think for the next 4 or 5 years, it'll be relatively stable. And Wisconsin may or may not grant a few exceptions in terms of Tesla in particular. But I don't know if that's for certain either.
Mm-hmm. All right. When we come back, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. I want to hear, what was your first car and why and what you paid for it? Because we're going to dive into the pricing of new cars, new trucks, and take a look at the used car market as well. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we talk about something we all have in common, furniture, with Marty Komisar from family-owned Built Right Furniture.
Milwaukee is not known as being the style leader, and the West Coast is going to have styles before the Midwest. It's just the way it is.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ.
So how would I describe our people? I'd say the people we set out to hire have to be smart, hardworking, and honest. Honesty being paramount of the three. Because honesty breeds integrity. And when you have integrity, you won't let yourself do anything less than your best. And that's who we're looking for. Character counts here, and integrity matters. That's why it's easy for us to offer the industry's best lifetime workmanship warranty with every roof we sell. A rock-solid warranty like ours guarantees our reputation and assures your satisfaction. At Semper Fi, we do the right thing. We seize the moral high ground and we hold it. And when you do that, you end up having a business that's going to last for generations. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi!
It's like being trapped in a cage. And I know, that sounds dramatic. But your breathing triangle problem has got you trapped. And once you're freed, you're going to be able to live the life that you're missing out on. Now, this can simply mean experiencing the true pleasure of breathing freely. It will mean better sleep and more energy. And the worry of this problem any more affecting your life is going to be gone. Because in almost every case, when Advent has solved a breathing triangle problem, it's a one and done. Because we're not in the business of delivering Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good. We don't want you to be a lifelong patient. We want you to be our next success story.
Isn't it time you break free from that cage? Take the next step. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
I've always believed that great service makes all the difference. At Waterstone Bank, it's more than just banking. It's personal. When I needed help choosing an account, my banker took the time to understand my needs. and guided me through my options. Thanks to her advice, I can watch my money grow, knowing it's secure.
Welcome to your Waterstone Bank, where community and personal service come together. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined in studio by Jim Tolkien as we preview the Greater Milwaukee Auto Show that begins this weekend. So, Jim, as you look from the dealer lens, it seemed to me that leasing is coming back a little fast and furious, mainly because the model may be a little bit more efficient for consumers. You get a newer car for less time, and then you kind of get in a new one after 3 or 5 years. Are you seeing that in the dealer level?
It's starting to come back. That's
Okay.
correct. 2 reasons. Affordability is an issue, and when you're leasing, you're not paying for the full price of the car. You're paying for the amount. You're paying the difference between what the dealer effectively is selling it to, we'll say, a captive finance company, to what it's deemed to be worth at the end of the lease term, instead of the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the cost per month is less. The difference is you always have a lease payment.
Yeah.
If you do it time in and time out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work well if you're going to drive excessive miles. If you're going to drive, 12, 15,000 miles a year, it's a relatively economic way to drive a new vehicle.
Okay. All right. What about cost pressure for new cars and trucks? Is that driving up the prices in the used car market then?
Absolutely. The cost of the average price of a used car is almost $30,000. So the spread between the average price of a new car now and a used is bigger than ever, but it's still a fair amount.
Mm-hmm.
And then to get a person into a new vehicle, if they don't have a significant amount of equity, it makes it difficult.
Yeah.
And there still aren't a lot of cars now coming off of lease since the pandemic. It's increasing.
Mm-hmm.
So leasing is becoming is having a resurgence because of the extreme spread now between the average price of a new car, which is somewhere between and when I say car, light duty vehicle,
right,
is somewhere between $45,000 and $48,000, and a used at $30,000. So there's a big spread.
Yeah.
So that makes the value of the used ones go up.
So from the 920 on the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, which is 855-616-1620. From the 920, my first collector car was my 1959 Imperial Custom Coupe. And in 1988, I opened the truck and found a family of raccoons living in it. Oh, hey, that is innovation right there. Whole lot more than just raccoons in cars today, right?
That is true.
So how are manufacturers integrating vehicles kind of into the digital ecosystem? Tell me something from a technology standpoint, Jim, that cars are doing today that I would just be amazingly surprised about.
Well, the biggest thing now is it's not there yet, but fully autonomous driving vehicles. That is what's coming.
Yeah.
Is it there now? And mostly no. And that includes full-size semi-trailers as well. And it's been in what has been in steps is more and more safety features, like a warning light if you're deviating from your lane. A light comes on, and it'll get you back. You'll go back to the lane, or automated self-parking devices that are on cars.
Yeah,
and automatic headlights, where the brights will turn on and off if you put it on automatic. And the same with cruise control. If you get too close to within a certain distance of the car in front of you, your cruise will go down the speed of your car will go down, so it'll stay within that what's considered a safe distance between the car in front of you. All those features are available right now, with the ultimate goal that self-driving.
Yeah,
not quite there yet.
No. And there's a lot of
most
big companies that are working on that, for sure.
Safety features that make it safer and safer to drive a vehicle. Automatic braking is also, in some cars, I believe, available, and if not, very close to it, where they see you're too close, and the car will automatically slow down, whether your cruise control is on or not.
Yeah, we're teaching our 16-year-old to drive right now as he prepares to take his test, and I have an EV, we have an SUV as well, and driving both those vehicles is different because of the self-braking on the EV side. So it's really, you almost have to learn on multiple models now to make sure that you're prepared for what's coming in the future.
Right. So what it does, it'll make it ultimately the goal is to make it safer to drive.
Yeah. Jim Token from Adam joins us. The Milwaukee Auto Show opens this Saturday at the Baird Center right here in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News, local headlines are coming up next, and then we have an Upswing coffee index for you, and we're going to dive into the European car market with Jim.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston, after widespread flooding in parts of Kentucky, the state is now cleaning up from snow and ice, and, says Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear,
if the snow wasn't tough enough, it's cold right now. It's going to get dangerously cold tonight and into tomorrow.
14 people were killed in Kentucky during the flooding. That same polar vortex bringing Arctic temperatures to parts of the upper Midwest and Great Plains. A key discovery for investigators looking into the Toronto plane flipping this week.
The black boxes have now been recovered. That's going to give investigators some key information there. But without a doubt, the fact that you can actually talk to these pilots because they also survived, that's going to be key as well, because they'll be able to tell investigators what they felt inside that plane.
ABC's Gio Benitez in Toronto. President Trump calling Ukrainian President Zelensky a dictator on social media and saying Ukraine is to blame for the Russian invasion. Zelensky says Trump is living in a Russian disinformation space. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. A Milwaukee police officer injured in a shooting last week will be released from the hospital today. Family, friends, and coworkers will celebrate the release from Froedtert Hospital early this afternoon. Officer Daniel Gonzalez, one of two, responding to the scene where Isaiah Stott was walking down the street firing shots with a long rifle. Stott fired at officers, injuring Gonzalez in the calf and the side of his chest. His partner returned fire, striking and killing Stott. Tuesday night in Racine, a home exploded near Drexel and Gilson Streets. 2 people were hurt. Some neighbors nearby were asked to evacuate while the fire was contained. Cause of the explosion still under investigation. The Kenosha Unified School District referendum fails to pass during the spring primary election. The referendum would have enabled the district to raise its state-imposed revenue limit by $23 million yearly through the 2029-30 school year. Now the district is projecting an over $19 million budget deficit just for the 2025-26 fiscal year. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ NX Wealth Management Market Update. Dow is down 120 points, 44,435. NASDAQ down 26, 20,014. S&P 500 is down a point, 6,127. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson and Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We've got 2 right lanes blocked on Highway 100 north at West Wisconsin Avenue. There is a crash out there, so there is going to be some slowing in that area. Also taking a look at another disabled vehicle, I-43 north at the ramp from Howard Avenue. That vehicle is off right, blocking the shoulder. Here's taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. High clouds today, filtered sun, few flurries later on today and into the overnight hours. High today 15. Overnight lows tonight 6, lakeside 0, inland, partly cloudy and 24 tomorrow. Sunny on Friday, a high up to 27, partly cloudy for the weekend. Saturday's high 29, Sunday partly cloudy and 37. Right now we're at 6 in Madison, 7 in Green Bay, and 8 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:33.
I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Should I delay my Social Security benefits?
or should I start taking them right away? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Your decision can impact your income for the rest of your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we help you create a strategy to maximize your benefits so you can make the most of what you've earned. Social Security is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap. Take the first step today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and get a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Don't leave money on the table. Text SS to 414-897-9522.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Get ready to fiesta with Margarita Week at Blue Bat Kitchen and Tequileria, February 17th to 22nd. Sip on their loaded Blue Bat Margarita. Plus, buy any two handhelds and get a free firecracker chicken bow. Happy hour runs Monday to Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. And daily specials include $3 margaritas and free chips and salsa. Wrap it all up on National Margarita Day, Saturday, February 22nd with live music and more. Visit Blue Bat Kitchen and Tequileria in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward for the ultimate margarita celebration. Get all the info at bluebatkitchen.com.
At the Milwaukee Auto Show, we have a vehicle for almost everything, and we certainly have a vehicle for your thing. The Auto Show has the largest selection of vehicles from different manufacturers all in one place. Barrett Center, the 22nd through the 2nd. Buy tickets online, no added fees. AutoShowMilwaukee.com.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts. It's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Is that coffee?
That's it. I'm getting 100 cups of coffee, starting now.
Time for a quick look at your coffee and how much it costs. It's the Upswing's Coffee Index.
Smells good.
Welcome back to the Upswing, always keeping you in mind when we're buying coffee, because I want you to know what that price is. We're doing it on the car side today with Jim Token, talking used and new cars. But I stopped this morning at the Collectivo location on the east side, had a meeting there early this morning, opened in 1997. $2.75, still holding true for that 12-ounce cup of coffee. You add the 23-cent tax, $2.98 for my cup of coffee this morning. Related, concerning Milwaukee's east side, Alex Brower and Daniel Ballman emerged from an 8-person primary yesterday for a Milwaukee Common Council seat that was left vacant by the November death of Alderman Jonathan Brostoff. They will battle, if you will, for the east side aldermanic spot. Jaslyn, you buy coffee this morning?
You're darn right I did.
All right. I like to see it.
I went to Vendetta Coffee Bar over down there on 2nd Street.
Oh, you're going fancy.
Well, wait till you hear what I ordered. It's called a Marocchino. It's espresso, milk, vanilla, and Nutella. I love it when they put Nutella in coffee. Am I necessarily proud? I spent $7.05.
Ooh, wow.
But did I love it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about. Enhancing the local economy. The Nutella prices are probably creeping up there, too. All right. Well, let's get back to the car world with the auto show opening this weekend. Jim, what are you seeing in terms of the German auto industry and kind of its impact on dealerships locally? You know, I think the sales have declined a little bit from the Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and the cost structure on the German side to get the vehicles here, it gets higher and higher. What impact does that have on local dealers?
Actually, I don't think you're talking about the local dealers that carry, we'll say, German manufactured cars. I don't think it's had a big impact.
Okay.
Maybe a small portion of their buyers that were really stretching to buy or lease a Mercedes or a BMW or an Audi or whatever it might be may have elected then to buy something used or not buy a German car. But for the most part, because the cost of all vehicles have gone up, the price of German cars, I don't think, have gone up significantly more than any others. And some of those German cars have big manufacturing presences in the United States and other parts of the world where potentially the cost of labor is not what it might be in Germany, which helps the increase in costs that they would potentially have at a greater rate than they would in the United States, or they're being manufactured in Mexico or elsewhere in the world.
Yeah. What will we see at the auto show this year? The whole like concept car thing is not really a thing anymore, is it?
In, I would say, 95% or more of auto shows, it's not a thing anymore. And the reason it isn't a thing is because the manufacturers can do what they have to do without building multiple concept cars. They can do it on a computer. They can simulate everything and then build a couple, test drive them for an extensive period of time, and then manufacture them, as opposed to manufacturing a lot of concept cars that they would distribute to auto shows or other kind of events across the nation. The cost to do it that way is much, much, much more expensive than it is to actually virtually design a car, do wind tests with it by that virtual design, and then if build one or two, maybe, and virtually not many of those anymore.
So size and scope of the show in downtown Milwaukee compared to some of the larger shows, what are we looking at there?
We are a mid-sized show.
Okay.
I mean, the big shows in the United States are New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Chicago now to a little lesser degree. And this isn't to downplay how good or bad the Chicago Auto Show is, but we've had a couple of comments over the last couple of years that as things have changed in the auto industry, that it was easier and equally as productive to attend the Milwaukee show than the Chicago show. Having to drive there, the high cost of parking, and having, other than more cars, but not significantly more brands.
Yeah. Convenience drives a lot in our lives for sure. Up next, after this next break, Laura Felix is the executive director of the St. Francis Children's Center. They are the charitable partner for this year's Auto Show Gala, which is Friday. We're going to tell you all about St. Francis Children's Center and more. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but despite what a certain national online company tells you, a car's not one of them.
Let's see. Cheese Doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. Green 4-door hatchback. Honey, we're gonna need some more quarters.
Sure, they make it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online. And unlike those national companies, you get to see the vehicle in person and test drive it before you buy it. You also have the assurance that the vehicle's been thoroughly tested, and if any issue does come up, your local Adam member dealer is right here to service it, and can also provide low financing and top dollar for your trade. Think about that before you take a chance with their so-called vending machine.
What? It's stuck! No! Oh, rats!
Start your search at adamm.com.
The next time you're due for service, visit richlands.com to schedule an appointment at any of our 5 conveniently located facilities.
All AAA approved and all staffed by ASE certified technicians ready to serve you.
Richlands.
We're on the air in 3, 2...
Hey, it's Vince Vitrano. John Mercure here. Wait, does that car say Pella on the side? What's Gina Della doing here?
Sorry, I'm late.
We're on the air in 3, 2...
Recognize my voice? Get used to it.
Talk all things Windows, business, and being a boss in more ways than one with Gina Della from Pella's very own show right here on WTMJ. Starting February 1st, tune into What's the Difference every Saturday morning at 6:30 or stream anytime on WTMJ.com.
What a tease.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services, from pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, it's NBA reporter Chris Haynes joining Marcus and Chris. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Looking ahead to life's next adventure? Hi, I'm Mike Yancey from Yancey & Associates. Whether you're buying a home or launching your dream business, we know there's a lot on your plate. But here's the thing, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1946, we've helped Wisconsinites like you secure, protect, and grow their version of the American dream. Our team is ready to tailor the perfect plan for you. Learn more at ansay.com. That's ANSAY.com.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. We are joined in the studio by Laura Felix, who is the executive director of the St. Francis Children's Center. Laura, I appreciate you taking time out of your morning to spend a little bit of it with us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So the theme for the annual Auto Show Gala, which is this Friday, is Leading Lights, Roaring Nights. What is it all about, and how did your organization get involved with the auto show?
Sure. So we are really honored to be the charity recipient this year at the Auto Show Gala. And St. Francis Children's Center is a social services agency that has been around for 68 years. We serve primarily children with special needs throughout Milwaukee County.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to the gala several times. It's a great, not only to network with auto dealers, you talk about like a non-pressure situation to just talk cars, and there's no price pressure at the gala, right?
Sure.
I'm going to get the insights. And you also just feel like you're the only one at the auto show. So it's a really cool opportunity to kind of be there in a private setting, but know that the dollars are going to go to a charitable partner.
Yes, definitely.
So how did you connect with the gala, and what is your interest, specifically in not only building the brand and furthering your mission, but just getting more involved in the community?
Yeah, we had a connection with Adam to Jim Tolkien, and went in front of their board and presented just about St. Francis Children's Center and who we are, and they chose to support us this year. And really, we're looking to get our name out more in the community, to let people know what we have to offer. We offer free programming to families of children with special needs.
Okay.
So pretty awesome.
So the funds and the money raised at the gala then will go to support programming within St. Francis Children's Center. Tell us a little bit more about the programming and what you do each and every day.
Yeah, thank you. These proceeds will fund free programming for families of children with special needs. We offer free transportation, free childcare for parent support groups. We offer sibling workshops for children who have a sibling with a disability. We offer open gym. We partner with many like-minded organizations throughout the city, including Betty Brinn Children's Museum, Gigi's Playhouse, Parenting Network, the Autism Society of Southeastern Wisconsin. So a lot of events both on site and out in the community.
Yeah, having those safe spaces for kids after hours, after school is just so incredibly important, no matter where you live.
Yes.
Without a doubt. So is the gala open to everyone? We didn't bring our kids the last time we went. Is it open to everyone?
No, just adults.
Okay.
It's adults, and we expect about 700 attendees at the Baird Center, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a 1920s theme.
Okay.
So people are encouraged to dress up and really partake in all of the festivities. So
very good. Laura Felix is the executive director of St. Francis Children's Center. Tell us quickly where you can still get tickets, right?
Yes, you can. You can visit adam.com/auto show gala. You can also visit our website at sfcckids.org for more information.
Very good. I appreciate your time. Keep doing all the good work you do each and every day, and all the best with the gala on Friday.
Thanks so much.
Coming up next, we're going to hit quickly a little Musk versus Cuban. That's after this next break.
You should be listening to Wisconsin's Midday News each weekday from 11 to 1.
Bucks President Peter Feigin joins us live here in the studio right now.
But if you missed us, catch up anytime with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty by listening to the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast.
What you're seeing now is like the reality of, playing a season together, kind of, getting to know each other.
Powered by Siding Unlimited, siding, and a whole lot more.
Don't forget, take us with you wherever you go. We'd love to have you with us.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank, they've been doing banking differently since 1896. Your financing requests, they can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good. That's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
The Census Bureau says more than 12,000 Americans turn 65 each day. It's a surge they call Peak 65, the highest number in history. Some Annex clients retire early. Some keep working because they love it. You know why? Because they've got custom plans built by fee-only fiduciaries. They identified their wants and needs, and we went to work. We want to do the same for you. Annex does financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox & Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox & Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Blaine's Bucks event. Now through February 26th, rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store. Redeemable just like cash, March 6th through the 19th. Start earning on Blaine's brand performance dog food, $27.99. Select Diamond Crystal Softener Salt, $5.89 for rewards members. And assorted automotive specialty tools and grease gun kits, 20% off. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Politics, work, daily stressors. Let's take a break from all that and get centered. Christ-centered. I'm Pastor Tim Butker. Join me each week for Christian Crusaders, a broadcast that highlights the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and our belief in the authoritative Word of God. Christ-centered, gospel-oriented, Bible-based, Christian Crusaders. Please join us Sundays at 6 a.m. on WTMJ. We'd love to have you worship with us.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. It's time for Musk.
Nobody's going to bat 1,000. We will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes.
Versus
Cuban.
If after you left Microsoft, you found out that Steve Ballmer traded Windows 11 for Windows 10, the Hall of Fame, but older.
On the Upswing.
Go!
We're going to do our best to keep Mark Cuban and Elon Musk accountable to what they say and do on social media. So in this segment on Blue Sky, Mark Cuban yesterday shared a story from The Intercept that was titled, "This is the Way to Stop Elon Musk." And I'm not going to read the entire story, but what I like about this is that, hey, this was his creative way to take maybe a little bit of a dig at Elon by sharing a story in the media that he saw that he agreed with. He didn't go hard with it. He didn't even interpret what it said. He just merely shared the piece and let us take our view of what the story is all about. Transparency, I think that's what it's all about when either one of these individuals post on social. And I'm going to give Elon some props here. He reacted today on X, the media company that he owns, the former Twitter, of course. He reacted to a post about vaccinations. And because many, of course, if you're on one side of the political aisle, you see vaccination as this. Maybe if you're on the other side of the political aisle, you see vaccination as that. But Elon posted yesterday in reply to a post that was kind of anti-vax post. He said, COVID itself was nothing. Again, this is Elon Musk. He said, I got the OG strain before vaccines were out. J&J vaccine hurt my arm, but otherwise nothing. But the mRNA booster hit extremely hard. Massive chest pain. Felt like I got hit by a truck. Almost went to the hospital. But that said, says Elon Musk in his post, synthetic mRNA has a lot of potential to cure cancer and other diseases. Research should continue. I like that transparency. I like the fact that he just didn't flat out say, oh, yes, this or that. He took a thoughtful approach in sharing information and saying no matter what, research on vaccinations should continue. Coming up tomorrow, as we do every Thursday, it's the future of almost everything. Martin Moore will join us. A lot on the technology docket. Some new products coming from Apple. We're going to get his insights. And the Badger Regional Qualifier on the volleyball side is coming back to town. Volleyball exploding on so many different levels. We're going to talk with the Badger Regional Volleyball about what the sport is bringing from an economic impact right here in downtown Milwaukee. We'll see you tomorrow. Coming up next, Wisconsin's Midday News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Despite pushback from some hospitality workers, plans for a 7-story hotel in the Deer District moved ahead on Monday. This was the first step for a proposed 156-room Moxie Hotel by Marriott at the former Bradley Center site. Scoops of frozen custard could soon cost more.